That's it. I am finally doing it. I am finally using the Natasha Denona Aeris palette. I don't know what took me a year, but apparently it did. So I'm going to be putting this on as a Christmas present to myself to finally eliminate the mystery of this palette. It is the last holiday palette out of my 8 holiday palettes that I was supposed to use, and given it's December 24th, it's the perfect day to gift this experience to me. So let's give it a go. Hi there, it's Hélène with another video. Thank you so much for joining me. I am filming on Christmas Eve, which is the big day for us French Canadians. I will post another video on French Canadian traditions shortly, but I thought that I would spend some time doing one of the things I love best, which is filming a video. So I decided to spruce this up a little bit, so you'll see a couple of decorations, and you'll see reindeer ears behind me. I wanted to wear it in the video, but I don't have the depth for the reindeer ears to show. So I thought if it's behind me, I'll kind of have reindeer ears once in a while. And of course, my favorite plant for this time of year, the poinsettia. Even though, did you know, poinsettias are a bit of a weed in different countries. So for example, Japan was a place where, I'm pretty sure Okinawa was a place where poinsettias were kind of like, yeah, whatever, they're weeds. And here we revere them during the holiday season. Just goes to show you perception, right? What one person thinks is trash, another person thinks is an absolute treasure. I digress. Let me get into it. I want to talk to you about a couple things that are on my face already. I've done my base, obviously. You can see the eyebrows, you can see the blush. Here is just a couple of the items. Everything I'm wearing is going to be in the description box below, but I do want to point out, as a Christmas present to me, I have cracked into this one, the Vlada Smashbox collection. And so I now have a little bit of a little something on the top there because I cracked into it, and I thought, geez, you know, Hélène, yes, it's beautiful, but it's also a beautiful highlight, and I do agree. It's a beautiful highlight. I don't have any foundation on it, just to put on face powder and such, just to do this eye look for you and me today. You obviously know the palette I'm going to be using. The base I have is the NYX highlight end of the NYX brow pencil, and also the Smashbox Matte Exposure in Buff. That is a color that I am focusing on right now for Pan That palette, but it's also a perfect way to set a base. I don't have a plan for today, but when I look at the colors, I feel like the Icy Blue is a must. So the question is, what else am I going to use? I think I'm going to do Icy Blue all over the lid. This is going to be my crease color, but Icy Blue all over the lid. I'm going to put this in the brow bone, on the brow bone, and I'm going to use this in the center. No, Hélène, we're going to use all of them. We're going to use all of them. I'm going to use this on the outer lid, this on the inner lid, this on the center lid, and this on the brow bone. We're going for it. I'm not going to worry too much about fallout today because this is a look I'm doing today, but I'm actually going to do another look for Christmas Eve, which is our big evening. I just wanted to give myself the gift of using this palette and just learning about it. I'm going to go in with a Sephora crease brush, nothing fancy, just a regular brush. And I'm going to go right into the rust color, which is called Burnt Terracotta. That's a good name. Here's the problem with this. It does not have a mirror. So guess what? I'm going to be using my Vlada highlighter mirror and blinding you at the same time. All right, so hopefully it's not bad. At least the design makes up for it, I hope. Okay, so let's try this out. I am realizing just how much of the primer I need to use to remove the vein colors on my eyelids. And I obviously did not put enough today because I can see all the veins on my eyelid. Hopefully this terracotta is going to help hide it a little bit more because I do like to have an even color. I mean, I don't have any problem with the fact that I have veins on my eyelids, but sometimes I don't want it to come through in the look, you know? Depends what I'm going for on a given day. I had to take a moment. I'm filming at a bit of a different angle today, and I noticed how eyebrow hairs had grown in. So I was like, whoa, let's take care of those. That's funny. I did not see it on the computer screen for any of the recent videos I've filmed, so that's interesting. So I'm going up pretty close to the brow bone. I like this color. I think it's pretty flattering. Just taking whatever's left on the brush to go down under the lower lash line. I like this. Okay. I like my recent habit of doing all on one eye and then replicating on the other, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I want a little bit more. So we're just going to hide more of that veininess. To hell with it. I'm going to go right up to my brow. Yeah, what the hell, we're playing today. Let's see what happens. And I keep wanting to go into the highlighter, not a good thing. All right, let's try it again. Okay. A little patchy here and there, but I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, so we're good to go. There's the first part. I just want to diffuse the color right on the edge here. Yeah, I think that looks better. Okay, now, how many times am I going to say, okay, enough, all right. Moving into the next color, going to be very carefully put this color, which is red bronze, on the outer lid. I have to admit, the fact that there is no mirror on the eyeshadow palette really bugs me. Now, I don't like this. I'm going to use my finger. That's what it looks like. It's not much shine or anything. It's a very, very thin sparkle. Pressing it in. Okay, it's pretty. It's pretty. I'm good with it. Let's go now with the Icy Blue on the inner lid. I'm using my pinky for this. I used my pinky for a look 2 days ago and I really liked it. How much more precision I had. Icy Blue is the only color I've used so far in this palette. I like the transition of color. It looks really neat, doesn't it? I would be okay with it just like that, I have to admit, but I do think that I am going to still do the, what's it called? Peach bronze on the center lid. I still think it's a good idea, so I'm going to do that right now. Peach bronze has a really neat iridescence to it, and I'm hoping it adds and does not take away from what we've done so far. Okay, phew! I like it. I think it turned out really nice. Wow, okay. I think it's really pretty. Really pretty. Okay, so we have the brow bone to do. I'm going to go in with the same brush that I had before to do the brow bone. I don't like to have a ton of shadow, so if it doesn't pick up that much, it's okay. And I'll be going in with Nude. Okay, so just a little bit on the brush. Let's see how it looks. If a little sparkle goes down onto the rest of the eye look, I don't think it's going to look too bad. It's a little much. Let me just, it's very sparkly. Trying to tone it down, but it's not really working. Okay, yeah, I would probably recommend just a neutral on the brow bone. I think that's just too much. But, I mean, look at the rest of the shadow, right? Wow. Okay, I'm going to finish the other eye and come back and then take care of the rest of the look. I am finished with this look. As far as the eyeshadow is concerned, I think they look relatively even. I think it's hard to do one eye completely and then do the other because other shadows are on top, so you can't necessarily tell the intensity of the base color, but you know, not exactly a huge problem. I'm going to finish up with 3 more products. So I'm going to use this Urban Decay Deep End for the lower lash line because I think it's going to go really well with the Icy Blue color. So I'm going to use that on my inner waterline and then lower lash line. And I'm going to use the Lancôme Le Crayon Kohl in Black Ebony 602. And then I'm also going to use the Monsieur Big mascara, which is my mascara of choice this month with my focus on Lancôme. And so yeah, let me just go and do that and I will be right back. Okay, this is the finished look. I used the Deep End. I always mix up Deep End and Deviant, even though Deviant is a very, very blue shade. I definitely like this color as a choice. I had swatched it, I think, before. So Deviant just kind of helps emphasize the blue on the upper lid. And then this one I've been using a ton in the videos, so I won't talk about it more, as well as Monsieur Big. I just love what liner and lashes does. And I was going for a subtle liner and I ended up doing a wing with the Kohl liner. That's me being subtle. This palette gets high marks. For my skin tone, and I made sure not to wear a ton of foundation so I could really see what it looks like on me. And I'm not wearing any foundation, I'm just wearing powder and some concealer. I think it's very flattering and I will not hesitate to wear it again. I really appreciated the last color, the peach bronze on the center, and I'm really curious to see what peach bronze would be on its own. And also I think that the other color, the very light one called Nude, I think would look great as a wash of shimmer on just about any eyeshadow that I like to wear. To have just that little shine would be nice. Now I also notice that there is very little fallout and I did not use glitter glue. So I wonder how much it's going to keep going as I go. I'm going to be filming another video after this, so I'll have a chance to see as I'm talking and moving my eyes and whatnot to see if more falls down. That is it for this look. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. The Aeris palette obviously is not available anymore, but this was really the first time, other than the Icy Blue, that I tried Natasha Denona shadows. Do I think that they're worth the money? I would not have spent 61 Canadian, which is what it was selling for. I think I spent 43 less 20% last year, and that was perfectly fine. That was a price I was willing to pay to try Natasha Denona in full size pans. The mini Sunset palette and the mini Lila palette, or Lila, it's actually Lila palette, I was not super jazzed about, so I didn't bother with them. But I'm glad I got this set of colors. The terracotta color really had piqued my interest as the matte color. I would also like to see if I can have a look like this, but maybe not as much in your face because I have a lot of lid space. I might just keep the burnt terracotta to the crease and really fade it out quite a bit and use more of a beigey color toward the brow bone, because I think that that would make it more wearable anywhere, anytime, even in corporate settings. So those are my thoughts. I think this was a success. I'm very happy that I finally kicked myself in the rear and did it, and it feels like a Christmas present to have done this. So I'm very, very pleased, and I will leave it at that. I appreciate you watching today. I am looking forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.